Yeah, good evening, everyone. I just thought I'd drop down here for a few minutes while I take a break. I guess many of you probably think my few minutes are pretty long, but I've been told that effective ads and effective thumbnails and all the stuff you put on the internet these days should be kept at a minimum. But that is most likely the case when you're selling a widget, when you're selling a back scratcher, but when you're trying to educate people, you can't do those in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. In some cases, even hours. That's why when you go to school in many cases lasts for years. So the concept of short videos, because of people's short attention spans, well, both of those may be true, which the latter would be sad, because people, when you're listening to something that is important, then you shouldn't be having, that's not the time you have a short-term memory span. So with that said, I'm just not gonna, I don't think my videos will ever be super short. Maybe I'll do some thumbnails to lead people to a different video, but that will be longer, of course. But it's just something that came to mind today when I was talking to somebody about logos, and she's out on the West Coast, and she seems very interested in the project, and I look forward to seeing what she comes up with. But this is the best time of day here in Minnesota. The sun just is on its way down, and that lowers the temps, and it's 80, and nice out, comfortable. Even the kids are enjoying. Well, that one's always he's always paying attention. But the other one seems like the only way you ever see her lately is when she's sleeping or laying down in that position. But she gets active. I just not when I'm doing my videos. The other one, on the other hand, he's always on alert. He's always looking for something to do, something to chase. But those are my kids. They are what they are. But getting back to the logo, and I'm hoping that she puts together something that's pretty unique pretty soon, because it kind of keeps me from getting some other things done that are internet related. And well, it's going to be a journey. Like I said in the previous video, I look forward to the challenge. Can't say I look forward to all the bumps I'm going to get in the process, but that's par for the course. You can't get involved in complex litigation with the only consequence being a positive or negative judicial ruling. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that we're outside the view of the court, that end up becoming, in many ways, much more concerning than a judicial ruling. But that's where we're at. That's where those are the times we're in. It's our own fault for letting it get this bad. We can't blame anyone but ourselves for the chaos that exists today. But we can't change that. We already more or less let the genie out of the bottle, and she's just too fat to put back in. So, I guess she hung out in aisle 5 of Walmart just a little too long to get back in that jar. But it still doesn't help prevent us from pursuing things peacefully in a court that hopefully follows the law and doesn't let it drag on forever and a day. That's another unfortunate thing. It's convenient for the leadership. When we've watched one investigation after another on both sides of that. They say aisle. But I think that aisle is kind of more imaginary or symbolic than anything. But because both people on both sides of that aisle, there's bad people and there's good people. Unfortunately, the good ones seem to be overvoiced by the bad ones, and that's predominantly why nothing gets done up there. Whether it's Washington or whether it's your state house. I'm sure I'm not pointing out anything that isn't a problem in most other states in this country. Whether it's Michigan, Minnesota, there's problems everywhere. I haven't really major issues here in Minnesota at the state level. Things seem to be running fairly smoothly, but I'm sure there's some projects that have a lot of pork in it. That's just how government seems to operate. Oh, we're back. Now, getting back to the state level, I remember talking to the young lady that's doing the logo for us. We were talking about homelessness, and she, like I said, she's from the West Coast, and they have a huge houseless problem than many other jurisdictions. And their governor has been